Hello everybody, welcome back to Only Leeds Bros. We have Dylan back with us today, back in-house and not on camera because we're all feeling a bit better, so we're back together. So we're back for our match day preview and previewing tomorrow's match against Burnley, which is obviously a big match. But before we get into the video, guys, myself and Dylan obviously just want to put out our thoughts and say rest in peace to the young Leeds United fan Bob who passed away. We all seen the video that the club uploaded last week, and when he met the players and saying Elland Road was his favourite player and Daniel Farke and it was just a lovely video, and it was such sad news to see that he passed away during the week. So rest in peace to him, and our thoughts go to him and his family from us two here at Only Leeds Bro. So yeah, rest in peace to young Bob. So guys, getting into the video, we're just going to touch on Daniel Farke's press conference again. There wasn't really much in it. One of the details that we did take him with the injury concerns that we have. DJ has re-injured the hamstring injury, and it's worse than it initially was, so it looks like it's at the ruling him out now till after the international break. Daniel Farke did say there could be a possibility that he could come back for the game before, but more than likely it's probably going to be after the next international break, which is 4 weeks. So it's obviously going to be tough for Dan James now to get back in after that. When you see the likes of Ramazani and Solomon playing, you're kind of thinking, and the same thing happened last year when he was injured for a while. Nanto got in, and Dan James found it very hard to kind of get back into the team after that. So you can kind of feel for him, can't you, now that
he's he's a smashing player for him to be injured this early in the season as well. That hamstring is just giving him an awful lot of trouble at the minute.
Because of speed, isn't it?
Yeah. But I wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he won't be long before he gets back. All things considered, it's going to free up a bit of space now for the new lads to get in and make an impact. But yeah, we'll dive into a bit more deep into that.
He also did say another injury concern. He did say that Max Wallber is out. We did hear during the week that he obviously injured himself on international duty with Austria, and he didn't play their second game. So it has said that it is a meniscus injury, which obviously can be a bit. We kind of know that Bamford injured before, and meniscus injuries can be very hard to get back from. You could be back within 2 weeks, or you could be out for a long time. They're very, very hard to tell. So hopefully, we obviously know what Max Wallber is, what he done to us, and he's obviously not very popular with the fan base, but at the end of the day he is a Leeds United player, and we need
as much reinforcements as possible.
Mix, because look, if you don't think of what happens in Strike and Road and they'll get injured, you're essentially going to be pulling Ampadu out of that spot then, aren't you? If Wallber's injured, which obviously we don't want to be taking Ampadu out there. He's been on class in that midfield. So the positivity did come out well. I suppose it depends what side you look at it, but look, Patrick Bamford has been back in training on Tuesday. He is going to be an option from the bench. Look, whether you like it or not, if Joseph kind of isn't doing it or having an off day, it's probably natural that Bamford is going to be our replacement for him, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Look, as I said, it's early in the season now. Whether Bamford starts banging in goals and making an impact, this is the time to shine.
Just to make an impact.
And to get for the fans to be back on him in a good way. It's at the end of the day still a Leeds player, as you were saying, the same with Max Wallber. But Bamford needs fans behind him now, especially now. But look, hopefully he can make an impact over the next couple of weeks, banging a few goals along the way and turn this thing around.
Yeah.
But
we need to back up. Look, at the end of the day, whatever you think of Bamford or not, I'm definitely not his biggest fan, but look, at the end of the day, when he puts on that lead truck and goes out there, you have to back him.
Yeah.
We obviously know he has an awful miss in him, but he can also score great goals and win us games. So at the end of the day, as long as Patrick Bamford pulls on that white shirt and goes out on that pitch, you have to back him and you have to support him. And that's what we're going to have to do, whether we like it or lump it. He's going to be with us for the season, and look, let's just hope it's a promotion season. And at the end of the day, if he stays with us and gets promoted again, look at that on your CV, promoted twice with Leeds. So
positivity. All positivity now,
Yeah.
It's it's a motivational thing, as I said before, and it's a confidence thing. And I guarantee he's the type of fella, if he misses a sitter, he's going home and he's beating himself up over it. But as well as that, he's probably looking at social media, and the stick that he's probably getting on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he's it has an impact on him. It would certainly have an impact on me. But I love the stick as well, you know what I mean? Give it to me.
Yeah.
But look, if he's back, all hands on deck, and everyone needs to back him. There's no point in being negative. As you were saying, at the end of the season, if we get promoted, it's great to have on the CV got Leeds
It kind of feels, I feel a little bit different this year about Bamford because it kind of feels like the last couple of years we've kind of known his injury record and he's not consistent and he can miss chances and like penalties, whatever it may be, and cost us games. But I feel a little bit different about Bamford this year, and I think it's because we've Matteo Joseph and we know now we actually have a number 9 that is our starting number 9,
Yeah.
and it's not Bamford.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I kind of feel different. I'm happy that Bamford isn't our starting player and we can't put him on that little bit of experience because at the end of the day, he does run after the fence.
Yeah.
He does terrorise him. He knows how to put himself about. And there's sometimes that you just need that. You know, and probably the inexperience of Joseph. Look, at the end of the day, he's going to be learning on the job. So if he is having an off day, which he's going to, it's a 46 game season. He's not going to play brilliant every single match. You'd like to hope he will, but he's like at the end of the day, he's not a young player learning the trade on the job. And there is going to be games where Bamford's going to have to come in, or like if he's not having a great game, take him off at half an hour to go and see what Bamford does, and maybe that three behind him, the likes of Nanto, Aronson,
He's great off the ball.
Ramazani, that he can kind of make runs for them. Because that's what Bamford is good at, is pulling defences, making runs, making space for other people. And even on the Bielsa, he's great for that. He is, and that's one thing you have to give Patrick Bamford. His runs and his movement is class, and he will get himself in the position. Just if he had the finishing of Joel Pirro, he'd be unbelievable. But when you look at it that way, then you have the complete striker, and he's not going to be with Leeds. So like, it's kind of...
It's 50-50.
Yeah, you have to kind of take it.
Only thing that noisy, as I said about Bamford in previous videos, and I'm sticking it to it, is the money that he's on.
Yeah.
The money that he's on is just, it's crazy. Free up a bit of space there for other players, even to come in come January. But look, yeah, I think he's going to be second choice. Yeah. Joseph, I think, personally, he needs to start, and maybe even give Pirro a shot up top again.
Yeah.
You know, you have Aronson that can play in the middle there, and you can also play Solomon as well, if you really needed to. But give Pirro a chance up top as well. That's what I think. You know, and I think that's what as well Bamford needs, is that maybe because of Bielsa, Marsh, and then as you said as well, we had no replacement for him.
We had no replacement. Yeah.
That maybe this is a eye opener.
Yeah.
That we need to work for this.
Yeah.
Maybe he was given a bit too much. He's going to start every game.
Yeah.
One, we hadn't got anyone else. Two, obviously he banged in the goals that he did, especially in the Premier League as well. But it's it's an eye opener for him. Yeah. It's gonna click his heels, and hopefully he'll pull up the shorts and get the job that
I think like this is what the club obviously tried to do last summer with bringing Joel Pirro in. Look, we were all ecstatic. Like, I couldn't believe when we signed Joel Pirro last season, and it felt like then that he's going to be the replacement for Patrick Bamford. Like like the Championship top goal scorer for the last 2 years, he's coming in replacing Patrick Bamford. You have Patrick Bamford as a pent option, and I remember last summer I was thinking like, this is going to be class. And obviously we know with him what happened with Joel Pirro. Look, he still had a good season, but he wasn't playing that number.
He's not his peak. It wasn't his peak,
and he's not suitable for the role and the style of play that Farke wants to play. We've obviously touched on that, but we did kind of see against Hull, it was a different sort of. When Pirro came on, he did change it up a bit. He was playing that little bit higher, and you could see his run for a goal. So it might be a thing that Farke is going to have that flexibility this year that he didn't have, that he'd be able to change up his in-game management. If Joseph isn't on a day or Bamford's injured and he has to play Joe Pirro up top, that he's either shown that flexibility now that he can actually change to kind of suit his style. That we have to do that, because Pirro will get you goals, and he will win your matches. Look, at that ball falls him around the box or in the box, 9 times out of 10 it's in the back of the net. Like. So we have to play to our strengths. So tomorrow, obviously, the opponent's Burnley. Like, to me, when I kind of looked at the start of the season, I was kind of saying Leeds, Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United were going to be kind of the 4 teams kind of chasing the pack. It looks like Sunderland are going to be there as well. Look, at they win tomorrow. It's 5 wins on the bounce as well, which is obviously unbelievable for them. They've a young side. And I'm kind of like already thinking what they did last year with Ipswich, that they'll eventually kind of fall away. I kind of thought Ipswich would kind of have a run, and then after... I was saying kind of after Christmas they'll fall off, and then like after Easter they'll fall off, and they just didn't. So you kind of have to be
optimistic,
be like kind of wary of Sunderland. I think they're definitely going to be in there with a shout, but I think definitely Burnley. I think when you look at like squads, all the Championship squads on paper, and I know football matches isn't one on paper, but I think ours and Burnley are kind of at the same kind of level. I do think we're probably the 2 best equipped squads, and obviously that doesn't guarantee a promotion. But I think tomorrow is like, it's a massive match, and it's like what I said in the previous. Like, I don't think it's not a must-win game. Look, it's only 5 games into the season. There's a long way to go, but it's like, for me, it's a must-not-lose game, because if they can go and beat us and get one up over us going into the season. Like they're only a point behind us on the table. They're sixth. The last two results haven't been great. They obviously drew with Blackburn in their derby. Your man Voyman's goal was Voyman's goal was an unbelievable goal for them. And they obviously lost 1-0 to Sunderland as well. So their last two results hasn't been great. But I can see them coming to Elland Road tomorrow, and it might play into our hands a little bit that they will come out and attack us. I can't see them, the Scott Parker side, coming and sitting
back
and want to kind of defend and giving the ball to Leeds. I do think that they will want to express themselves. They will want to get their foot in the ball and keep it. And I'm expecting a real good game tomorrow. I'm expecting kind of a cagey match. I'd be surprised if it's free scoring, but I can see both sides having a go, having good chances, and that could suit us more, especially at home in Elland Road. If we can get our tails up and get an early goal, it could suit us. But if you flip it on the other side, if they go get an early goal and their tails are up and they keep the ball and we're chasing it, we know what it can turn. So I'm expecting a good match. So I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's probably going to be one goal to kind of nick it, either 2-1 or 1-0. But I'm not expecting a good game tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you're back to what you were saying, Burnley are great side. It's going to be neck and neck. It's not going to be an easy game. But I would be the same as yourself. I hope to see both teams going at it.
Yeah.
A classic football match, end-to-end game, no difference. But I think come probably 25 minutes in, if there's no shots on target or anything like that, it's going to be a 1-0 win to either team.
Yeah.
It's going to be a scrappy goal.
Yeah.
Cagey, exactly. Look, Leeds don't do well after international breaks, Christmas break. So, obviously then the news about Dan James, it's going to refresh a lot of stuff for Fark, shaping everything up. But hopefully Leeds come out in the first 15 minutes and just go at them.
Lay a marker down there. I'd like to see us come out straight away and dictate it. Like, if they have it, go get it, win it back, like, show the this, like, put our game on them, like, don't let them kind of breathe. If they're trying to keep the ball and knock around, I hope our pressing is good, that we're winning it back, and then when we get it, we have the quality to kind of keep it and kind of make them come and press us. That's the type of game that I'm hoping Leeds can go out. But we kind of know with Scott Parker, look, I don't really rate him highly as a manager, but hats off to him. Obviously, he has 2 promotions underneath his belt, so he knows how to get out of this league. Like, he knows what it takes to get out of this league, and you have players there. Look at Josh Brownhill. Look, I'd definitely take him at Leeds. I think he's a quality footballer for Burnley, and he's going to be the one that we're going to have to look out for tomorrow, because I think he really makes them tick in the middle of the park. The boy Hannibal for United, obviously we were linked to him during the transfer window. I've seen him a couple of times play for United, and I'm watching for United youths as well whenever they've played Leeds. Like, there is a player in there as well. And then obviously you've got Jaden Anthony who's coming back to Elland Road tomorrow, who's, we know ex-Leeds players come down the road.
They like to make an impact.
They're going to want to show it. Like, as much as like we don't have kind of any ill feeling to Jaden Anthony, of course he's going to want to come to Elland Road tomorrow. And then you've Connor Roberts as well. We know that he has that kind of feistiness in that boy, and they're going to relish playing in that atmosphere tomorrow.
Definitely. They're going to love it, especially when the away fans start going. But Leeds are going to be on the ropes, definitely. I have to be completely honest. I just every time after a break, it's like a slump. You just can't get out of it, especially after an international break or the Christmas break. But hopefully the new lads will start for the likes of Ramazani or even Salmon in the middle of the park. But going back to the Sheffield Wednesday game with Ampadu playing a higher role up on the pitch and smother them, it's gonna be a case.
It'll be Gruev and Ampadu again, won't it? I can't see him. Sorry about that, guys. The camera cut off. We're left here talking to ourselves, and we looked and the camera was off. A bit of a technical difficulty speaking.
I swear we're still in.
We were on a roll there. We were going. Some great points. We missed the whole lot. You wouldn't believe us. So the last thing we were obviously talking about the camera call, we were talking about Ampadu and Gruev in the middle of the park. It is going to be that again, isn't it?
Definitely.
As much as we kind of want to see Tanaka, you were saying the shiny new toy, like we're not going to get to see him tomorrow night again. The same Burnley, I think, are going to go with the 3 in the middle of the park. I think they're going to try and put their impetus on Leeds, and I think that's where they think they'll probably get a bit of joy. They'll probably try and play the 3 in the middle of the park to get around Ampadu and Gruev tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I genuinely think if Ampere was higher up in the park, don't give them any breathing room at all. It's going to smother them and we'll win back the ball easily, especially with Fairpy, on just complete utter form at the minute, you know. But now we have a great squad at the end of the day. It's not going to be easy, but this is our year to make a mark, and we need to win it and win it well. The half 12 kickoff, Sky, but look, I think we'll do it. I genuinely think that we'll do it. It's going to be a rugby game from the get go, but I think within the first 25 minutes, Leeds are going to make an impact straight from the get go. Burnley are going to come out swinging, and it's up to us to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before the camera cut off. I was kind of got myself going a roll, and it's what I was saying like last summer. It feels a bit different this summer. Like last summer, when we're kind of getting into the league, it was kind of more so. I was kind of thinking, look, if we can kind of get ourselves in and around them playoffs, and I wasn't really kind of optimistic where the difference is with me this year. When I actually look at our squad across the paper, I do think we actually have cover apart from the number 10. We do have cover in each position where we didn't really have that last year.
Sure, yeah.
You're always kind of worried if we get a couple of injuries, we're a couple of injuries away from completely falling off it. And that's why I think this year that my expectation for Leeds is like we have to be front and centre. Like tomorrow we lay down a marker, because what we said last season with Southampton beating us twice, you get to the playoff final, them lads are thinking we haven't beaten these yet, and this is how massive this game could be. You never know the impact that this can have on confidence. Like if Burnley leave Elland Road tomorrow with 3 points, their tails are up. Look, we're going to probably the hardest place to go in the division. We've won, and that kind of gets their ball rolling. Where Leeds kind of going back to the drawing board. Right, what went wrong? So like that's kind of the difference. You know what I mean? And you can kind of have a little bit of a hangover. That's why I think tomorrow is a massive match, and it's more so don't let them leave Elland Road with 3 points. If it's a draw, fine, honours even. We can move on. It's not a disaster result at the end of the day. There's another 41 games to go in the season. Like it's not going to be detrimental, but it'll be absolutely massive if we can take 3 points tomorrow, just to say to the rest of the division, we're the ones.
It's making an impact.
We're going to be the pacemakers. We're going to be the ones. As much as like Sunderland there, like if they go in tomorrow 5 games, we want to be up there with them. We don't want to do what we done last season, kind of let them pick up a couple of wins, and then we're constantly playing the catch up game, because I think Leeds on the catching up game is.
No, it never works. It never works. Leeds, that's when Leeds started to struggle. You know, looking back last year against Blackpool, you know, just that for me that was the match that really stamped it.
Against Blackpool.
Yeah, Blackpool. Sorry.
It was like Blackpool.
Lads, we are trying, honestly. No, yeah, that was the one that made
It felt after that Blackpool loss with the Smothers goal. It felt like that was a massive nail in the coffin.
It made it definitely made me out. I said, this is the Leedsy way, as they would say. Look, half 12 kickoff. Hopefully, with the right tools and the players come out and make an impact, and hopefully Elland Road will be rocking. Yeah, you know. What do you think?
I do think it's going to be cagey. I think it's going to be a cagey match. I think Burnley aren't going to sit back. It's not Scott Parker's style of play to kind of sit back in and be reserved and kind of hit us on the counter. I do think he is one of them managers that likes to kind of dictate the play and kind of have the ball. I'd be very, very surprised if they do come sit in. And on the other side, if they are going to kind of come out and kind of play and keep the ball and dictate the play and quiet down the crowd, that could play into our hand. We know that when teams kind of come out and want to kind of attack Leeds, that's when we can kind of get a bit of joy in behind usually. So I do think tomorrow is going to be a cagey match. I'll be very surprised if it's a high scoring game, because I do think both defences are
I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be cagey.
2-0 max.
I think the goal either side it could be 2-1. I do think both sides might score.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to be a goal, and I'd say 2-1 to kind of like either side. I can see it being a cagey.
So that's your score prediction?
Yeah, I think
2-1. 2.
No, I'd say 2-1. You have to say 2-1.
Yeah.
And I like that. I don't think a draw is a bad result. I wouldn't be heartbroken, but like the game could go tomorrow where like, you know, we were absolutely all over them. We're beating them out the park, and we draw 1-1, and you're turning around going, how did we not win that match? Like, and obviously all just depends when you're watching the match. But I think in theory, without watching the game, if you turn around tomorrow and said a draw, I'd turn around and say, right, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, like, who do you think who's gonna score?
I hope Aronson gets another one. because I do think like he's building, and then Joseph. I think Joseph the kind of keep risk. So Aronson and Joseph.
I was going to say the same thing, but now because you had to take in the thunder on me, I'm going to say Aronson and Monto and Fairby to assist the two of them.
Yeah.
You know, and by the way, just for everyone, we should get a plaque here of Fairby. Just a
little picture of it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think it's going to be a 2-1. I have to agree with you on that one. I'm raging you thought of that, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say Joseph as well, but you kind of took that one. I think Aronson definitely is going to get one.
Yeah.
110%. Yeah, so 2-1.
2-1. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's lay down a marker. Let's be the Leeds we want to be, front and centre.
You know, it's good to be back with a bang. Hopefully, please God, and Elland Road will be rocking.
Yeah, right, guys. That's it from us. We will do a match review tomorrow. We're probably toying with the possibility about doing a little watch along tomorrow. We'll stick the camera on while we're watching the match. See if we have a couple of match reactions. We'll see what it's like. So we might have a little video coming out, kind of a little watch along or a match day video, and we'll kind of be sharing our thoughts during the game while we're watching. Obviously, we can't have sound and all in it because obviously copyright and stuff like that. But we might do a little video tomorrow and kind of throw it together and see what it looks like. It could be a bit of crack or it could be shite. So
we'll try out tongue twisters tomorrow. You know, sometimes I have a stutter as well. You know,
I might roar and shout. We'll keep the course to a minimum.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. The sickness is over, and
we're back on it.
We're back on it. Yeah.
Yeah, right, guys. That's it from us. Again, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video, guys. It really helps us out, and yeah, let's hope for 3 points tomorrow against Burnley. Let's keep going. MOT.